Okay, so today we are going to set up and assemble this Sturdis white shoe storage bench. It is a nice bench where you can store your shoes, and when you can sit on it and change your shoes. Very great for putting it near the doors. And I'm going to open this, assemble it, and review it as well. Okay, so you can see I removed all the parts. All the screws and the hinges come in this particular box. They are all numbered very well, A, B, C and so on. And the parts are numbered as 1, 2, 3. This manual comes in this bag. Note this bag is like very inside, so it's possible that you might miss it. So just be careful that you don't lose the manual. If when you're removing the box, you don't miss it and throw away by mistake in the box. But you don't need a manual for the assembly. I just want to make sure that you don't lose it. I'm going to show you the detailed steps of the whole assembly and installation. So I have kept everything here. The first step is we need number 1. Okay, so if you notice here it says number 2. So number 1 and number 2 look very similar, but they are still different. So you want to make sure that you don't accidentally pick the wrong one. So now let's check here. Yeah, here notice it says number 1. So you want this number 1 here, and the next thing that you want is number 3. Let's find the number 3 for a second. Yeah, this one. You want number 3. Now let me show you the screws first. When you open this bag, you will see all the screws are present. And this is A, B and I. These are screw D. So lot of screws come in a proper packed and format, so you don't make mistakes. Okay. So the first step is you want 2 number A's and 2 number B. So 2 screws which are A and 2 nuts of sort which are B. You are going to open this and get them ready with number 1 and number 3. Okay, so this is the number 1, right, that we saw, and these are screw A. What you want to do is you want to connect screw A here, 1 and 2, and to connect them all you have to do is a normal Phillips head screwdriver and just put them inside like this. Just put them in completely. Then it will definitely go in completely. Yep. That is how I am doing it. Yep. And put both the screws in. So notice something. This is number 1, and the line must be here. That is facing you, right? That is at the bottom side. And what you want to do is you want to make it stand up like this. Okay. And then next you want to take this panel here, number 3. Now notice on one side of the panel there are just 6 holes. From the other side there are 6 holes and 4 big circular holes. So you want these circular holes on this side. That is on your right side. And essentially what you want to do is you want to just place this thing inside here like this. Yeah, like this. Okay, and then you want to take, okay, like this. And next what you want to do is you want to take this B as in ball. These are special kind of screws which have arrow, and the arrow should point towards the screws. So in my case the arrow is pointing here because the screws are coming from here, and you want to just put them inside here like this. So the arrows are pointing here. Same again, I am putting a second B screw and the arrow is pointing here. And then you want to do is, you want to tighten it using the Phillips head screwdriver. Just turn it like I would say about 180 degrees once, that's it. Don't need to do too much. Next we are going to take panel number 2. And you can see it on this side here at the top, at where it says number 2. Okay, and same thing as number 1. You want to take 2 A screws, A as in apple, and put this inside here with a Phillips head screwdriver. Inside here, like this. what you want to do is, just like you connected 1 to 3, you are going to connect 2 to 3. Once again, make sure this line should be at the bottom. So like this. So if you come here from this side, you can essentially see that the way line is bottom here, and the same way the line is bottom here for B. And all you want to do is put this inside like this. Yep, and it is connected. And then same, just like previously, you want to take B. This time the B should point this way. So the arrow should point this way. And you should just put this B in. And same B in. Okay, the arrows were not pointing properly maybe. Okay. Yep. So yeah. And now all you need is a Phillips head screwdriver to connect it. 180 degrees, and these two panels are connected. Okay, next this is number 5. If you notice the sticker here. Now on one side you have two big holes, on the other side you have nothing. And you essentially want this nothing side. And if you notice, there are 2 holes on the one side. You want this I, like a wooden pins, which are named as I, right next to A and B screws. And you want to put them inside here in number 5. And then this is number 2. What you are going to do is, you are going to put this connect 5 to 2 via these 2 pins, which is I pins. So I am just, if you come here, you can see the 2 holes. I am just connecting this white part, number 5 to number 2, by just placing it here. That's it. Okay, so this is panel number 7. And you can find out by this sticker here on one side. Okay, it says 7. You want 2 screws A as in apple, and you want to essentially put them in panel number 7 here, like this, and then like this, and just use the Phillips head screwdriver to put them in. Okay, so now this is number 7. Notice this screw here, this should go in this number 5, and so it could go in this side here like this, the way I am putting in, right? So, Viti, 1 second please. Okay, so if you notice here, this screw that we just put in A, I'm essentially placing it here, and it goes inside. And the reason it goes inside is because it obviously has slots for it, and so it's essentially going inside here. Now you want number 6 as well. Number 6. Once again, I want you to notice these holes here, these big holes. They should go towards the inside. Is number 6. I can see this because the 6 sticker here shows 6 with a line at the bottom. What you want is this screw should go inside, so like this. And what you want is the other screw that you put in the 7, it should go inside this hole. So what it means is, this is 5 and this is 6. They are connected via 7 using that A screw that we connected. And all you do is place it here like this. Now there are multiple ways to do this. They show it this way. One option that you also have is to just turn this around like this. Okay, and this has a bunch of advantages, so that this whole thing doesn't move too much and so on. Once you put this in, then it's very good to turn around. Next, you want to take 2B. Okay, and you want to essentially put them in this here. Once again, this time the arrow pointed towards downwards. So arrow is pointing towards downwards, and I am putting this in. Once again, same here. Arrow pointing downwards, and I am putting this in. Okay, and then essentially what you need is a Phillips head screwdriver to just tighten it. Once again, just move it 180 degrees to tighten it. So what we have done is essentially connected 5 and 6 to number 7 via the A screws and B nuts. And this whole thing is essentially connected to this panel here. And so yeah, the panel is almost ready. It back the way it was before, right? That is 6 at the bottom, 5 at the top, and back to the way it was. Because we have connected everything. Next, we are going to put these 6 screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Screw C. C as in cat. What you want to do is you want to put the 6 C screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Total 6 screws on this side, and just put them inside. They should just go in. Use a Phillips head screwdriver like this. there should not be much issues. Just put all the 6 screws in. Okay, next you want to lift this up again, once again, like we did previously, to make our lives a bit easier. If you have done this correctly, what you will notice is on this one side, this line will match in all the 3 panels. That is in panel number 1, 2 and 7. The whole line will match. And then what you can essentially do is take this flat cardboard type, not cardboard but like a flat wooden, thin wooden stick, and just slide it in. If you done correctly, if you just slide in, you might have to adjust a bit at the bottom to make sure it has gone in completely. If it is not going in, you might need to just press the panel here like this a bit. You will actually feel it going inside, okay? And then at the end, it should be inside. It should not be flush, but at the slightly inside, slightly depressed in. That is important, okay? It should be slightly depressed in. Okay, next this is, once again, this is panel number 8. I am putting the 2 A screws in using the Phillips head screwdriver like this. 1 and then 2. Just like what we did for number 7. Okay. Next, if you remember, this is number 5 and this is number 6. And that is what this thing, these 2 screws that we put in number 8 are supposed to go inside this 5 and 6 like this. Okay, once again to note something, this edge here is supposed to go into the thin cardboard. So hopefully the edge matches, but essentially you are putting number 5 and number 6. So this is number 6 and this is number 5, connecting it to number 8 like this. Adjust it a bit. It is flexible, it is nice. Okay, and yeah, if it is not fitting in, if you notice here, if it sometimes doesn't fit properly, you have to just adjust it and make sure that it goes in. That is how it is going inside. And then what you want to do is you want to take 6 C screws, C as in cat. And you want to put all the 6 screws in here. Okay, so I connected all the 6 screws here. Next, if you come this side here, the 2 A screws that we connected went inside, but they are not still tightened yet. So what we are going to do is, we are going to put this B screws, B as in ball. This time they will be facing upwards, arrow pointing upwards. I was going to put them inside like I am doing it here, and the second one over here. Then just use a screwdriver to tighten both of them. Just move them 180 degrees and that's all you need to tighten them. Now essentially most of this stuff is ready. Now we're going to start putting in the shelves. Okay. Next you want to put this back down the way it was here. Only this time making sure that this thing is facing out. So now you have this almost ready. And you want to take this edge. This edge is where you essentially put the slots in. And you want 8 of them, right? And you want to put them inside this center hole here. If you notice this center hole here, I'm putting H as in horse. I'm going to put 8 of them total. 2 here. You have to push it in a little bit. I'm making sure the flat side is at the top so that the shelves can rest on. On the same height, you want to put the H here. 1 and 2. You have to push it a little bit. And then we put 4 here and the other 4 here. Okay. Next, you want to take this number 9 shelves. There are 2 of them, and then put them inside here, just like this on the slots that we created. So the 2 shelves are in. Now only thing that is remaining is the door. So we are going to do that next. Okay. Next, these are number 10 panels, and this is F screws and then G knobs. And what you want to do is, this is inside. These big holes are inside, right? So the knobs will be on the outside. So you want to put the knobs here, and you want to essentially put one knob here and then connect it using the F screw. So if you notice here, I am putting the screw here. on the outside because this is the inside, and then I'm going to use the screwdriver to connect the F knob in, like this. Same for this one as well. Put the screws in here and connect it into the screw into this knob from the inside, like this. Yeah. Next, you want to take this and put them inside this circular stuff here. Notice how this just rotates. So you want to essentially just put all of this four in here, like this. Something like this. Here, in both of them, or in four of them, all the four of them. Okay. And next, what you want is you want the screw D. Okay, D here, and you essentially want a total of 8. You want to put them in each screw here. 1, D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Note one thing, you will have to essentially rotate it to align it. So if you notice here, I have to essentially rotate slightly to align it in the hole. Same here, it's not like it will just go in, you have to make sure you rotate it correctly so it's aligned properly in the center. And now you can essentially put the screws in using the Phillips head screwdriver. Put all the 8 screws. You want to, once this is connected, you can see I have connected all the 4 of them. Once you have connected all of them, you can just take one of the doors and make sure that this is once again rotated correctly. And you are going to put it like this. Notice the way I am putting it in, like this here, right? Because this is how the door should fit in. And then you are going to, I want you to notice the small holes here, really small holes, 8 up and 8 down. And this is where these screws will essentially go inside here, the 8 screws, the D screws. You're just going to put the D screws inside here. So that the door gets connected, door hinges get connected to this these panels on the side. So just do this, take a D screw with a screwdriver, and all you are going to do is connect it with a screwdriver in. And the same you are going to put total 8 screws, 4 here and 4 here. Okay. So once you put the 4 screws in, notice there is this one screw. It essentially allows the door to move a little bit inside or outside. You might need to loosen it to set this whole thing up properly. And then once you are set up and once you close the door, you can then adjust the height and hinge length, and then tighten this center screw here on the hinge itself, which controls how much inside or outside the hinge should go. So yeah, once you are done, you can see how it closes halfway. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing and connect this second door here with 8 D screws like this. So essentially make them straight again, which we did previously, and then just connect it using the D screws inside the 8 holes that are available here. Next, they have provided this kind of things here, which you are just going to use it to close the screw holes here so that they don't show up like this. You might need to adjust them because they have like a plus sign. So essentially, yep, this is much better. So yep, notice how it goes in because of the plus sign thing. And just connect them here. If they don't go in, you might need to rotate them a little bit. But that's it. But once you are done, you can see this whole thing is set up and it essentially opens and closes, and you can essentially put whatever stuff you want and set this thing up with the shoes. It is nice. Look, what to do is essentially just place this thing here. You can place it either way. This is a zipper here, so my suggestion is to make sure that the zipper stays behind. And now this thing is ready, and you can place it anywhere and put all the stuff that you want in here.